Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. I want to make this video to show you how to get the best battery life on your phone. What you can turn off without really messing with your experience. And that's what's going to help you get good battery life without compromising, which is what we want. You want to have that balance so that way you can enjoy the phone as it was intended to be enjoyed and get better battery life. This will work with all S22 phones though. This is really important with the S22 and the S22 Plus. Most importantly the S22 because it only has a 3700 milliamp battery. So we're going to go through, I'm going to show you some hands-on stuff, illustrations on how to do this. Let's dive into it now. Again, I have the S22 Ultra. It will work with the S22. It'll work with the S22 Plus. And it'll work with any Samsung phone running One UI. So let's get into it. Alright, it's time to go through and optimize our phone and show you some of the ways that you can enhance your battery life, tips and tricks to get better battery life on your phone. So first thing first, we got to go into settings, right? So if you swipe down, go to settings, the first thing we want to stop at is display, because the display is the biggest thing. And I've explained this before. When you're using your phone, when your screen is on, that's burning up the most battery life. So we'll start there. Two things here. You see immediately on the top is dark mode and light mode. It's probably going to be on dark mode straight out of the box. That's going to save you battery right there, because if you have it on light mode, your phone is having to work extra hard to produce the brightness and these white pixels instead of the black pixels. It uses more battery. So save some energy right there just by having it on dark mode. It doesn't impact the performance whatsoever. But wait, there's more. Go to dark mode settings. You can actually schedule it. I actually kind of like light mode, but it's worse on your eyes at night because it's more bright. Also, it burns up more battery. You can have it on sunset to sunrise. That's probably the best way to do it, because then you get the light mode during the day, and then once you get in the evening time and at night, it goes into dark mode. Or you can customize the schedule, set it how you want there. So that's also an option. Adaptive brightness. This right here is kind of a mixed bag. Watch this. I'm going to turn the brightness up. I'm going to turn on adaptive brightness. It's going to turn it down. It uses these sensors on here to detect the ambient and the bright and the direct light, and it adjusts the brightness on your screen. So if you walk outside and it's really bright, it's going to turn the brightness up so you can see. If it's really dark, it's going to turn the brightness down some so you're not burning your retinas, and it's not burning up as much battery. So you can have that on. Otherwise, you can just have it set wherever you want to normally use it. Also right here, extra brightness. You can use that, and it of course burns up more battery. You don't want to use that if you're trying to save battery. So I just wanted to address that. Right here. And some people are not going to want to hear this, but some people actually don't care about the smoother refresh rate. So if you have this in here, if you have it on standard, you get better battery life with the 60 Hz refresh rate screen. This is how we've been using our phones basically since caveman days. When you go back in time and you look at the hieroglyphics, you look at the drawings on the wall, they only had 60 Hz displays back then, right? So this whole 120 Hz thing, it's nice, it's smooth, it looks great. I love it. I use it. I don't compromise on that. But if you keep it on standard, it doesn't impact your phone experience basically at all. It's just not as smooth when you scroll or you watch videos. So that saves you some battery there. This actually burns up quite a bit of battery. Leave that on standard. I keep mine on adaptive, and that's what we talk about here. There's some give and some take in the relationship between what options you have turned on and turned off and how you want to use your phone. So let's go back. Right here under screen resolution, right here. This isn't going to be applicable if you've got an S22 or a Plus because you're stuck on 1080p. Us people with the S22 Ultra, we have a chance, or we have a choice. You can put it on Full HD Plus. If you put it on that, you're really going to get some battery savings. Why? Because it uses bigger pixels. It doesn't have to light up as many. It doesn't need to control as much. It doesn't have to do everything on such a higher resolution. So when yours comes out of the box, it's probably going to be on Full HD Plus. That's what mine was. Kind of irks me because I feel like it should be maxed out. That's what you're paying for, right? Well, you may not care, because if you look, I'm going to show you, okay? This right here is Full HD Plus. Apply. Look at the home screen, okay? There's not too much. It looks nice, right? It looks really good. All right, now we're going to go back, and we're going to change it to Quad HD Plus. There we go. Now it's on Quad HD Plus. Do you really tell much of a difference? No, you don't. But it actually helps you save battery if you have it on Full HD Plus. So if you want to have on the smooth scrolling with the smooth motion display, 120 Hz, that's cool. You can have it on that, have it on 1080p. That's going to save you some battery. So I just want to cover that real quick. So put it on what you want. I'm going to keep mine on Quad HD Plus. And here, we'll go ahead and look at this. If you're curious what 720p looks like, bam, it's on now. Do you see much of a difference? Still even? No, not a whole lot of a noticeable difference there. So this will actually get you the most battery life if you go that route. So let's go back. I'm going to change mine back up. It matters a lot more during video games and watching videos and stuff like that. So let me change mine back because I like burning up my battery, right? So also, another thing you can do is the screen timeout. When I have mine on, I always have mine on 5 minutes because I'm continually using my phone. I'm making videos like this. I don't want the screen to cut out all the time. If you put it on 30 seconds, then what that's going to do is after 30 seconds, your screen is going to turn off. That saves you battery. Because if you have it on a higher one, you leave your phone sitting around, you're burning up valuable battery having your display on for no reason when you're not using it. So that right there will help save you some more battery life. Moving on, let's go to the next step. So in addition to that, you can turn off edge panels. That right there will save you a little bit of battery. What that is you see this guy right here. If you pull that out, you can turn that off. That saves some battery. And that's it for in here. Now, one other thing we want to look at, you can search for it and always on display. You can go to the setting, but you can address it right here in display. Click on this. If you turn off always on display, you're going to save some battery. You're like, okay, what is always on display? That's this right here. This is the always on display. You can have it pop on, stay on for a short period of time. You can have it do it when you touch it like I do, which I think is the best policy because you're just burning up battery needlessly without it. So we'll go ahead and get back in here. You can have it on always on, show it as scheduled, show for new notifications, or tap to show. I think tap to show is probably the best one. It's a good compromise because you can still see stuff just by tapping the screen, but it's not always burning up battery. And if you hate it that much, you can turn it off. So those are some options there. And then you can even adjust the brightness on there as well. So you can have it on auto or you can set it manually. There's some more battery savings to be had there. So there you go on that. Now, the other thing I want to do is we want to go to battery. This is going to be a big one too. So we'll go down to battery, which is, there we go, battery and device care. So once you get here, you have to tap on battery. It's not very intuitive. Like, why would you even think to click on this? This is a presentation menu, right? No. Click on battery. We'll go down to the bottom, more battery settings. Right here, adaptive battery should be on straight out of the box. You want to leave that on. What that does is it learns stuff about how you use your phone, how you use your apps. That's going to help save you battery in the long run. That's what it's learning when you first get the phone. Processing speed. This deals directly with the processor. So if you think about it, the three things that burn up battery are your display, your antenna, and then your processor. Because if you don't need to use a V8 to do something that's very simple that a four-cylinder car could do, right? You don't always need a sports car. You don't always need to use the dually, the big Hemi towing stuff around. If you have your processor speed set on optimize, then you get the best for most situations. It balances speed with battery and cooling efficiency. You don't have to worry about overheating your phone and getting it warmed up as much because it's not using the big cores, the big primary core you have on your phone to do everything. So you can use high. This gives you more processing speed. I'm going to be honest with you here. You're not going to notice much of a difference at all. So just leave it on optimize. And here's the other thing. If you're worried about your game not running right, if you turn on your game, it kicks it out of that and it runs perfectly fine. It says right here, this setting doesn't apply to games. You can manage game performance in Game Launcher. So if you're worried about playing a game and having it on optimized mode, you fire up Fortnite, it's going to kick it into high gear. This one right here, maximum, best for short-term use. If you've got something your phone feels like it just can't handle, which I've never really run in that situation, you can run it there. You can have it on temporarily. Leave it on optimize for the best battery. That's going to help you out a lot right there. And some other stuff we can do. We'll go back. Here, it's not going to tell you this, but we can go to, if you click on this, this will tell you what your actual screen on time is. I got 5 hours and 18 minutes. I've got 14% battery left. This is the first full charge on the phone I've had. So I actually think that's okay. It's going to get better over time. But what we're going to do here is we're going to click on power saving. Now power saving, this right here, it allows you to adjust things like background network usage, syncing, and location checking will be limited. Motion smoothness will be changed to 60 hertz. It turns some stuff down, turns it off, and adjusts it. So that way if you get in a pinch, you need to stretch out your battery life. This is where you do it. And the other thing you can do is you can adjust how it works. You can limit apps in the home screen. So this right here, for maximum power saving, allow only selected apps, limit all background activity. What does that mean? When you're using an app, if you've got 10 other apps open, you can't see them. They're running in the background. They're transmitting data. They're doing stuff. That's burning up battery. You're getting no benefit out of it really because you're not using those apps. And most of the times you don't go back to those apps anyway. They just sit there open. So if you limit apps and home screen, then that right there will save you a lot of the stuff that's doing in the background. That's a good thing. And it doesn't really impact what you're doing. You've got so much power here. If you need to open up another app, it doesn't like that anyway. Decrease brightness by 10%. That's an option you can have on. That saves battery. Limit CPU speed to 70%. This one right here, it'll help too because it lowers the overall power. When you have a Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 like this, it uses a lot of battery. It uses a lot of power. That right there, whenever you have battery saving mode or power saving mode, really helps out and it goes the distance. And then here, turn off always on display. We just talked about that. So the magical button, bam, if you turn on power saving mode in here, you're good to go. This right here will give you better battery life whenever you need it. And sometimes we don't always need maximum power on our phone. And if you get down to 20%, you can have it automatically kick in. And then from right here, if you scroll down, you see this right here, power saving mode. You don't even have to go to the settings. You can activate it right here, or wait, you can press and hold it, and it takes you to the settings so you can adjust it right there. So that's really cool. That's something that helps out a lot. So the last thing I want to talk about here is background usage limits. And we talked about this briefly. That is limiting what's going on with the apps when you're not using them. That background data usage really does burn up the battery. It's something can really help you out quite a bit. So tap on the background usage limits and right here. It may already be on. If it's not, you can turn it on. And what that does is it limits battery usage for apps when you don't use them. So it puts unused apps to sleep. That's good. If you're not using the app, there's no point in having it active. There's no point in having it using up your memory and holding a spot there. There's no use in letting it send data. Why is it sending data if you're not using it, right? It's not like it's Google Maps or anything. So that's it. Whenever it comes to the best things that I think you can do on here, also you can set up your Bixby routines. I'll save that for another video. This was really directed at just optimizations and settings for your S22 phone, S22 Ultra, Plus, or the normal one. Or as I said earlier, any Samsung phone running One UI. These are all options. And this is going to be how you can maximize the performance on your phone, turn on and off the stuff you want and don't want, and get the best battery life for your phone. All right, pretty simple, huh? And the nice thing is you have options. You can go in there and you can change stuff to your heart's content, turn some stuff off, turn some stuff on. You can even use your Bixby routines to adjust it to where it turns stuff off when you leave the house, turns stuff on. That way you can maximize it, help the software work for you. Not everything needs to be brute force strength straight from the battery. There are things that you can do that you won't even notice a difference in your phone performance, but you're going to find ways to squeak out extra battery life. And that's the great, beautiful thing here. Hopefully I've helped you do that today. Hopefully this puts you in a position to where you really can enjoy your phone better because you're getting the most battery life and you don't have to worry about having battery anxiety, recharge anxiety, none of that stuff, looking at your phone with disappointment going, that kind of stinks. Unless you have an S22, in which case, I hope you turn everything off so that way you can get the best battery life. Anyway, just joking around there. I know it's going to be great for some people. I hope you like your phone. I hope you like this video. And if you did, then please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And if you have any questions or comments, usually I say that first, please head down to the comment section. We'll talk about it and I'll answer them there. So that's all I've got. Thank you again. And as always, I appreciate you being here and I'll see you guys next time.